be wanting what others have in that respect. You know, I want to be champion, stuff like that, but, you know, what's for Jon is for Jon. You know, when something's for me, it'll be for me. I can't want what he has because that doesn't bring it any faster for me. You know, I think it's great for the sport in general that we're getting recognition because ultimately what it comes down to is, you know, the growth of the sport. You know, I'm just somebody in the sport and I love doing sport, but it's the growth of the sport. So if he's getting a good Nike deals, then that's good for me.
To get into your inner circle now?
You know, you would think that it would make me more distrustful, but it's just in my nature to be open. And I figure it's like would there be a chance where I can get screwed over again? Yeah, probably. But I can't stop being me. I can't stop being the way that I am. And if I let somebody change the way that I am that way, then I've really lost the battle of just, you know, staying true to who I am. And I've become jaded and I've lost a little bit of myself.
Did you put anything in?
Rashad, you've had a lot to say about Greg. We know, you know, everything there. But what about the positive times? What can you tell us about the history, the good times with Greg and Wink and the guys at Jackson's?
I used to love Greg. You know, I used to call him Craig Blackson. Craig. And I call him Craig because every single time he'll go somewhere, somebody will always kind of mess up his name a little bit. You know, it's like, hey, you're Craig? And he's like, no, it's Greg. So that's before he was like really, really popular. And I call him Blackson because when I first went and started training with Greg, I told one of my cousins that I'm training with Greg. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad you got yourself a brother. Because his last name was Jackson, so he automatically assumed that he was black. So I started calling him Craig Blackson. But we had a good relationship. We had a good friendship more than anything. And you know, it's just you know, too bad that things had to happen the way they did. And Wink and Jon, we've always had a good relationship. You know, we always had just that great coaching and student training. You know, really good relationship.
What did it mean to you to have Keith Jardine in your corner? I know he didn't train with Jon, he didn't spar with Jon, he stepped out of that. I know he came down and helped you out for a few days. I mean, as a teammate, Keith being a friend, what did that mean to you?
Man, Keith is my brother, man. I love Keith to death. You know, he definitely has my heart, and he's definitely a positive no matter what. Because you know, we came up together. You know, and no matter how much success I may have or anything, or wherever the road may take me and take him, you know, we always have that bond. We never forget that. So it meant a lot to me when he came and he came to help me out.
Last question: does it mean a lot? You know, John Dodson, I talked to him. He said, I don't care whether you ever train at Jackson's or not, you are still part of Team Jackson. Does that mean something that the teammates, you know, they don't want to get in the middle of this, but they're still standing by you?
Nah, yeah, it means something. It definitely means something because we all came up together. You know, little John Dodson, when he was the most talented fighter in the room, but really couldn't get any fights because he was just too small, and he trained for many months just to have a fight, you know, cancel him. And you know, he's one of those fighters who really became my inspiration in many ways because, you know, when you see a fighter like that who continuously in the training and getting better without, you know, knowing if he's ever going to get a chance to fight or knowing if he ever gets a chance to fight on the stage, you know, that some of the people that he trains with going to do, it's very it's a very humbling experience. So to see him doing that, and it just became a bit of my motivation too, and my inspiration.
The fact that you taken down Jones before in training.